Totally. I know this guy.
Oh, no.
I know, I've dated this guy.
Yeah, I think we've all dated this guy at some point.
Hi, Jessie.
Hello, Hayley.
See you.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Good.
What did you think about the exhibition?
I thought it was very beautiful, actually.
We asked some questions.
Yeah. Do you want to ask me one first?
Yeah. So how do you go about researching a character you want to depict?
Oh, well, I suppose I kind of go from the position that I'm not going to presume to know much about them on the first meeting. And when I say first meeting, I mean first writing. And I go from the assumption that, unlike Frans Hals, I'm going to work quite slowly, and I'm going to build it up over time, over draft after draft after draft of putting this character in different positions and slowly, like a real person, getting to know them better. And when you're starting with a script, or you're beginning to build a sense of this person that you're going to live alongside or is going to live inside of you, how do you start that process? Because it must change.
I think my entry point in terms of characterization often at the moment is about sort of what is the core wound, because I find that the core wound that is established early on in life, in those formative years, does sort of set the trajectory of the choices that we make and the relationships that we build in our adult life. And that can give me a sort of an internal struggle that then I can, an inner conflict, which for me I find makes the character come alive and also gives the character sort of a foundation for which choices can be made. So, for example, you do a Mission Impossible franchise, it's an action film, it's a genre thing, it is what it is, but the preparation that I'm doing, aware that the more preparation I can do that is not seen, I'm trusting that the audience on a subliminal level will pick up certain qualities. You're bringing as much as you can to it, even if you're standing still. Yeah, exactly. And I see this in a lot of his portraits as well. Tension. See tension and sort of opposing qualities. Like there's the fact that you can have tenderness and formidable, the qualities that can coexist in one portrait. And if I can find that struggle in my characters, then it feels most honest. Should I ask another question?
Yeah, I did. That was me asking this one, but I didn't look at the paper. But
that's really good, because it sounded like totally natural, like it just came out of nowhere.
You go next.
What's more important, what we know about a character or what we don't know about them?
Oh, I like that question. I'm inclined to say what we don't know. That's just my personal preference. It's leaving a gap that I don't know as a writer what X or Y in my novels might do if I left them, which I always have to do at the end of a book, final full stop, but there is a sense of a life lived beyond the pages that I want the reader to feel too, and that happens sometimes. Readers come up to me and they say, well, what did she do next? Like, please tell me, did X make it or Y? And that is a good feeling, because you don't know, and so it kind of makes them feel more real.
Yeah, I agree.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How important is pose or gesture when capturing characters for you?
I love this question, because it's also so much in these paintings. And we saw so many of his paintings where the Renaissance elbow, the creating triangles, and sitting backwards on a chair. Those two things feature kind of prominently in this exhibition, and it reminds me of the actor's equivalent of the echo gesture.
What's that?
The idea of an echo gesture is a technique in acting where you create a gesture, which is obviously like a pose in motion, that you then repeat at key points throughout the play, and they act as sort of hooks or reminders visually to the audience of the familiarity of who that person is. And the idea is it's meant to be sort of so seamless that it becomes subliminal. So you don't come away going, she always kept, picking her nose at some point. You just get a sense of familiarity.
Oh, I have a question. Surprisingly enough, because I have this whole handful of questions. No, but this is a house portrait question.
Okay.
So, Hayley, what is your favourite house portrait?
I have chosen this beautiful portrait here. the last image in the exhibition.
Yeah.
And we end with this, and it's him depicting character as this sort of, this real softness and vulnerability and shyness and very kind of warm-hearted expression.
It's a beautiful painting.
We also couldn't really work out her age, could we?
No.
She could be sort of late teens.
Yep.
But also there's a world in which she's much, much older, and her features are always going to be quite cherub-like.
Yeah, she has quite a wise face, I think.
Yeah.
She's not worldly, but I feel like she's wise beyond her years. That's sort of what I'm
She
trying
doesn't
to say.
have the sort of naivety of youth, or there's an innocence about her, but it doesn't feel...
No. And a patience. She looks a patient person.
Mm-hmm. An interesting character to play.
Yeah.
Would you write her story and I'll act in it?
Okay. All right. I'll do that when I get home.
And I like that she's looking right at us.
Yep.
All of these portraits feel like you've just walked into a room and someone's seen you for the first time.
Yeah.
And I feel that she's kind of looking directly through us and at us. It's very alive. And what's your favourite?
So I've chosen Robert Pattinson. He's aged so well. He's lasted, he was a vampire, right? So anyway. I like it because it's quite cheeky.
Yeah.
And it's very vivid. And what's he looking at?
Yes, whatever he's looking at, I want to be there. I want to be in this room. And I feel like he's having a really good time. And there is a kind of a naughtiness to him. Again, I feel like a lot of these portraits, when they talk about Hals' work being able to depict laughter and smiling and an animated facial expression, I think actually it's so hard to do because it's not just what the mouth is doing, it's what the eyes depict, it's what the forehead muscles do. And it feels, again, very active.
It feels like he could take it or leave it, the sitter. It's not formal. And that's, to me, it just feels quite modern. Like he just looks like he's the guy who gets out his guitar at the party.
Totally. I know this guy.
Oh, no.
I know, I've dated this guy.
I think we've all dated this guy at some point.
Because I have this weird thing of like being slightly attracted to people who also make me want to vomit a bit because I know they're untrustworthy. And that's the effect that this person is having.
This particular guy is having on you right now. Yeah. I think the thing is as well about this painting is that he's probably as effortlessly good at playing this instrument as Hals is.
In painting.
As capturing it.
Yes. So do you think in one way this is Hals?
This is a portrait of effortlessness.
Effortlessness.
After years and years of practice and just making it look easy.
That's it. That's the zenith, isn't it?
That's the skill.